Why, hello, Identity 5 gamers. It is I, the SS tier Antiquarian skin, Blue Bow Blue, here to tell you that it is time to watch some more Call of the Abyss 9. We're continuing with the China Mainland Qualifiers today, and I'm excited to get into it. We're doing, oh my gosh, what is it, day 3 at this point? I think it's day 3. I think we're starting day 3 today. Let's get it done, baby.
Well, here we are, Rex. It's gonna be WBG versus Zoo for the very first set of the day. Weevil, I was promised there'd be dinos here. That's not a dino, that's a cat. Well, I was promised there'd be insects, Rex. But there's no queen bee allowed, so I guess we both have to suffer.
Sorry. Anyways, we're watching Zoo versus WBG. Of course, WBG is a professional team. Zoo is non-professional, and they're going to be rocking out with the round 1 Anne here. I think we saw this in the past once again. So Anne, it's a bit of a weird pick round 1. There's kind of like two strategies that we really see going on with a lot of COA teams right now. They're either just kind of stick to the meta, and that's really all they care about. They just only like spam meta. Or, especially from the hunter side, we go like some weird stuff. It's the same on the survivors too, but it's usually like 1 or 2 weird survivors, like some niche survivors. Or we go for a weird counter pick hunter. Now, when I say counter pick, Anne isn't exactly super crazy into this team, but it's like she can actually do some stuff. You know, she can actually deal with anti. She can deal with puppet a little bit. And this puppet's obviously, like, his route is really, really good. Coding's route is really, really good here. We'll struggle a little bit with the Grave, so I don't know for sure about this. We're going to go for another Lewis here, and that's exactly what you have to do. Every time she seals you, you have to jump into that Lewis. But, of course, with the Puppeteer buff, it's actually a lot easier to deal with this because it's going to take 4 sets of cats, basically. It is going to take 4 sets of cats. We're going to go for one more cat here. Puppet will dodge it. He'll be forced into his final Lewis, so he'll go for the smack first. Now he'll go for the Lewis. There we go. Nice Undaunted. She's going to smack it just for some presence. But, yeah. This is not really looking too good for the Anne here right at the very start, although getting one of the Tidetenders is quite good. But yeah, that strategy that we just kind of know about right now, there's the blink. It really is like an interesting strategy going forward. It's just like, do you want to play something weird in round 1 and then just get like a tie because you think meta will get a tie and then get rid of all these like good survivor characters, then save the meta for later? Obviously, this is a strategy that's way more effective in a best of 5 because you keep the meta for like rounds 4 and 5. Which can be very, very deadly when you lose a lot of good survivors. But it's not so effective against, or in a best of 3. It definitely can be, but it's more of like a counter pick strategy. That's kind of like the 2 main strategies that we have here. It's like, oh my gosh. Wow, that was good. That was good. That was a good save. That was a very good save. Okay. We can't even hit the Lewis because he was able to Undaunted. Let's see. Now he's dead. Okay, that was a really good save from the Grave. Really tight save, but really good save there. This is probably going to be a tie, most likely. But yeah, those two strategies are either spam meta or go for counter picks on the hunter side, and then for survivors, go for some like weird niche stuff in round 1. That way you can kind of play, you know, more meta in the 2nd and 3rd rounds. It's a quite interesting strategy, which has made Call of the Abyss 9 a little interesting. Oh, we definitely do spot out the anti. I think the shell kind of revealed her there. The shell's a little bit too tall. All right, not gonna use the shell just yet. Okay, 1, 2, very nice. Call back those gosh darn cats. Maybe we go for a 3rd stun here. Oh, wait, that might be a... No, she's fine, she's fine, she's fine. That's the 2nd stun. Nice. Okay. She's blocking her off a little bit. Still has her scale too. Interesting. Very, very interesting here. All right, we're still only at our 4th cipher. I don't know what the heck is taking that last cipher so long. Truly, I don't know what is taking it so long. There's the Lewis once again. We're just going to wait till it runs out and then jump. There we go. Undaunted, a little bit too early. Dang, Lewis lasts forever, bro. What is this? Lewis lasts so freaking long. Why did their 5th cipher take so long? I don't understand. They healed up the Grave, but even then, I feel like it's really slow. I don't know. Oh well, it's fine. Okay, this is a pretty good spot for the Anne. I mean, she's in a very, very good draw position. Can she win is the big question of the day. The answer is potentially. We need to have a good endgame. I think she can 3-kill from this position. 4-killing will be very, very hard. Tying is pretty easy. Tying is like, I would say, I can't really give out a statistic until I see the positioning later, but I would say there's most likely a tie. Ooh, forgive the voice crack. Guess I've been recording a little too much COA here. But right now, this is, we're taking a while to find somebody. We can't really find anybody. Of course, the last 2 ciphers are in this area, and 2 stars just aren't even on them. With the Antiquarian hiding out over here. We're just not getting tested at all. This is really good. They've basically, yeah, there's the TP. I think that's why they have Persic up here, because they want Persic to take kite here. That's exactly what they want. I think this was definitely a bait. They're just hiding until the hunter TPs, gets on their best. Oh. That was a good strat, actually. That was a very, very good strat. Okay, I'm surprised Persica didn't scale it. That's what I was surprised about, because you can scale the and stun now. So I don't know. This is interesting. Of course, Cyphers are still very, very good here. I mean, they're moving at a breakneck speed just because they were double rushing it for a while there. One jump here, second jump scale. No, we're saving it. Okay, we're actually gonna save the scale. The problem is here. Actually, wait, no, this should be fine. We just have to early save because normally at this point in the game, getting chaired right here is pretty bad. But it's only if the hunter has trait. If you get chaired on a gate, that means the only other gate that Sarvis can go to is the other gate on the entire other side of the map. But the good thing is here is Anne doesn't have her trait yet, so if Grave gets a pretty early save, she won't have her trait for endgame, which is really, really good. And all Persica will have to do is kite 20 seconds. That's all we have to do. Right here, boop, we'll just wait for cats. You should wait for cats. I don't know why we're not waiting for cats. Why are we not waiting for cats? Hello? I don't understand. I truly, truly, truly do not know why we're not waiting for cats, because we could wait for our cats and for our teleport, and we'd have a better chance of 3 killing, but it's fine. Let's see here. I guess we don't really want to lose track of the Grave, but the Grave has Shovel, so I don't know why we're chasing him. He's one of the only people who can actually kite this in the end game. I'm assuming she's just killing the Grave here, and then she's assuming the Anti will go across, and then she'll teleport. But I don't know if she'll make it in time. That gate is opening very, very slow, I will say. Let's see here. Okay, Grave dead. He's just forcing a long chair. This is smart. He's forcing a long chair. This is a tie. Unless she teleports right here. No, it's a tie. Okay, it's a tie. If she was able to kill that Grave just a wee bit faster, there's a chance. That gate is opening very slow because of Anti as well. Way, way, way too slow. Maybe that was her strategy, is like, I'll anti-gate diff this, but yeah, it's just, the Grave kited too long. That's the problem. Grave kited too long. Decent tie, though. Not a bad result for round 1. And this is more like it, baby. This is more like it that we usually see. Looks like WBG is taking the strategy that is just play the meta, you know? Just play the meta and get a good result here. So Nia ideally wants to 3-kill to beat out Zoo in round 1. At the very least, we need to see a tie here. We need to see a tie. Now, I've been kind of watching these matches out of order. I did watch I think I watched a future set with WBG where Nia was getting absolutely cooked on the Ivy, unfortunately. It was just a really rough day for him. But let's see if today will be a little bit better. Let's see. Maybe we'll get a good match here. We do force out a very early watch, which is not bad at all. Especially since Goatman doesn't really care about getting rotated too often. Of course, we're going to be seeing Detention, Trump card, and I think that's Blink on Nia's Goatman here. We've got a Full-kite Archer. We've got a borrowed knee-jerk Gardener, tied borrowed Officer, and then a tied knee-jerk on our Aeroplanist, who we are trying to find the Gardener right now. Do we see her bubble? We definitely see her bubble. Okay, bubble run out in about 40, not 40. Oh, we're just going to break the chair for free? Yeah, why not? Okay, 2, 1, there's the bubble break. Oh, a little greedy actually from Wei. Wait. We're gonna fix the chair. That's funny. We're gonna fix the chair, wait for our blink, and then just blink kill. Blink, see you. Well, that was one of the most jank kites. Like breaking the chair with the bubble, fixing the chair mid-chase because you're a Goatman, and Goatman can just do that and then just blink. That's really funny, actually. I think that's something you'd only really see with like Goatman. Really only Goatman. Because for Goatman, it's like, what? What? Oh, he's like, he thinks the rescuer is like up here. I think he was just using that to... Wait, did Aeroplanist hover around it? What? Wait, I gotta go back and see. Wait, look at Aeroplanist's screen. Oh, he was down there. Okay, down in the bottom left, and then he just hovers around it. Wait, that's so good. Oh my gosh, that was so smart from Alpaca. What? Yeah, that was really smart. Oh my gosh, that was such a good save. If he got caught in that cage, that would have made things a little bit different, but dang, that was good. Nice pallet stun here from Wei. Very nice pallet stun. Yeah, Goatman noises. All right, we got a knee jerk. We got bubble up soon. We wanted bubble here. No, we're just gonna die from the corner. Do we try to prime the bubble? No? Prime it. She should try to prime the bubble here. Try to prime the bubble. Okay, it's about 25% primed. So we got a question in the previous video. How do you prime a bubble? Oh, Archer's here. Hold on. I'll hold that thought. Hold that thought. Nice shot. Okay. Here we go. Smack down the Gardener again, but now Archer's on cooldown. If she keeps crawling and she crossbows, there might be a chance here. Let's see. crossbow. Nice. Okay, that slows him down a second. 2, 1. It's ready, but it's nice. Okay. Another cage. Nice body block. Really, really good body block. And Garner can just go to the corner again while the archer continues to harass. This is really good. So how you prime bubble is when the hunter hits you, whatever the status of your bubble is at, it will resume on your next attempt of use the bubble. So see how she just got hit? Her bubble is now like 70%. So that's really, really good here. That is really, really good. Gonna hide behind here so they're just kiting in the water. This is such cheese, bro. This is such cheese. We might try to cage out of here, actually. Let's see. Oh, we're just gonna try to kill the archer here, actually. Nice patience from Xiao Wai here. We do finally go down, but that bought so much time. That truly did buy so much time. If we just get a good save from Officer, we should be fine here. Ciphers are quite slow for what it's worth, surprisingly. Aeroplane is actually jetpacking to the Ciphers here. Very smart here. Very, very smart. They're trying to min-max this. Absolutely. Very good stuff here. Lin is here. Lin is here. We're going to need to pick up with the Archer, but the problem is the Ciphers are just too slow. This is likely going to be a tie. The harassment was really good, though. It bought a lot of time. All right, Archer does get up. I think Archer's going to leave. Ooh, we're going to try to go for the Archer here. We are trying to go for the Archer. Okay. Officer should break the cage. Break the cage, Officer. Nice. Thank you. What? Why? That doesn't do anything. Why? Why would we shoot? Hello? What? That doesn't do anything. Okay, that was such a waste of an item. I don't know why we did that. All right. We're gonna die off in the corner here once again. I wouldn't say Archer needed to continue harassing there, but like literally that arrow did nothing. Like it just paused the inevitable for like a half a second. It would be better if Archer just kept her item, because now he has TP, and if he TPs to Archer or finds Archer, she's cooked. No items character in the enemy code. Archer has to grab a chest here, maybe. Nia's in a pretty good position here. Nia's in a pretty good position. We're gonna TP. Nobody's here though. I don't know if I really agree with that teleport. Maybe he thought they were healing here, but that's more of a ranked strat than a tourney strat. Of course, tourney players are way smarter than ranked players. They're not going to heal on top of Ciphers. That's one bad thing that a lot of people do as well. In the mid and low tiers, they heal on top of Ciphers, which makes it very easy for the hunter to find them. If you're going to heal, especially in a situation like this, you usually want to heal. Oh, nice cage. That was really good from Nia. If you're going to heal and you're trying to don't want to get spotted by the hunter, don't heal on top of a Cypher, especially if the Cypher's already done. Or sorry, not done yet, I should say. If a Cypher's already done, it's not as bad, but if a Cypher isn't done and you're healing on top of it, that's not a good sign. The hunter can very easily find you, because the hunter is like, if you're a hunter, what are you going to go towards? Ciphers, right? And if a Sarizer is healing on top of a Cypher, then you're kind of in a bad position. That is, it's fine to heal on top of Ciphers if you know the hunter isn't going to like switch targets to you and if they're pressured by somebody else. But you know, if the hunter has no active chase and you're healing on the top of a Cypher, not the best. We do see a good clean rescue, but every survivor is out of their items. We no longer have any items. This should be a 4-kill. This should be a 4-kill. There are no more items. No borrowed on Alpaca. No borrowed on Xiao Wai. No self-heal on Xiao Wai. This 100% should be a 4-kill. This is absolutely be a 4-kill. Let's see here. Yeah, do we see the arrow? Look at the lighthouse. Look at the lighthouse, right? Doesn't lighthouse lights turn on if somebody's nearby? Bruh. I think that light is it that one or is it the other one? I forget. One of the lighthouse, windmill, whatever you want to call them, they have like their little lights turn on when that bruh. Okay. It's fine. Not the best that we give it a free save. Xiao Wai breaks the cage. We're gonna go for Xiao Wai here. We do have flywheel. Beautiful flywheel from our archer. Okay. Hug these walls. Hug these walls. Down we go. We see Alpaca on the Cypher, the 6th Cypher. It's only 50% though. If we were able to finish that other Cypher in time, there might have been a chance here for a 1 escape. But now what they need to do here, honestly, is just sell Archer Pop. That's probably what they do here. They just gotta be a little smart about it. Let's see. Officer's working on the Cypher. They're both pushing Ciphers, but Nia should know, which means we TP. Yep, exactly. If you see both, that's why I said they have to be smart about it, because if he sees you working on both, he'll just TP to one, and then that's it. Yeah. Okay, officer. What the? Okay, I don't know what that black box was in the top right. I think was it the heart monitor thing disappearing? I don't know. I don't think Lin has their heart monitor up, it looks like. I see. Well, we chair our aeroplanist, and we're gonna go for our officer pal. 1 cage, 2 cage, and yeah, you're spotted, pal. You're spotted. All right, this is gonna be a beautiful 4 kill from Nia. That's a really good start, actually. A little bit of a messy game, but not too bad. Ooh, Nia Cueist. All right, then. I think we saw the Nia Cueist before. Well, I should say before, technically after this, but let's see it again here. Let's see it again. They banned out his Ivy, which does make sense. Even though even though Nia's Ivy did get Force Escape last time, from what I remember, maybe it's different nowadays, but at least for the longest time, Nia was one of the best Ivies in the world, bro. Truly one of the best Ivies in the world. So, kind of makes sense. That's a bit of a respect ban, I'm guessing, especially on a map like Red Church. We're going to see the standard Cueist build out here with the Detention, Inso, Impulsive, Destructiveness, Panic, and Constrain. And we're chasing down the Mercenary first. Probably going to burn like a pad here. So burn a couple pallets, maybe a pad or something here. Let's see. The Merc wants to preserve as many resources as possible here. That's the goal. Like Cueist early game is all about just wasting resources. That is the best thing that you can do here. Look at that. The ciphers have just started, and the chance for 4 kills is already 30%. That's crazy. That is ridiculous, bro. That is ridiculous. That is actually ridiculous. Of course, it goes down by quite a bit each second. Yeah, every second it goes down by 0.2 or something. 0.4. Sheesh. It's quite interesting. It's kind of funny that at the start, though, that the Hunter apparently has the advantage in terms of statistics. That's interesting. Which is weird because, you know, survivors are so strong this year. But who knows? Maybe it's just because, like, I think a lot of it just has to do with the fact that 4 escapes don't exist and that 4 kills happen more often. So that's probably why. I don't know. Let's see here. Blink is ready. We gotta be very, very careful about this, though. Blinking here is we gotta be very, very careful about blinking here because it is the Professor's scale. So if he reacts, we're in trouble here. We have to ideally force out the scale. Okay, that's not good. That is not good. You really need first hit from a Cueist to be blink or cue ball, and we do miss the cue ball. Wait a minute. We hit the cue ball. Okay, guaranteed hit here. Shwing. Nice. Okay, very good. Very, very good. Yeah, so against a Cueist, ideally, your first hit should always be blink. Ideally. And then cue ball should be later. For your second hit. That's usually how a Cueist should work. Cueist, his goal is to blink for first hit, after wasting items, burning pallets and whatnot, and then get the kill with the cue ball. That is how first chase usually should go. If you lose a mind game to the Cueist early on in the first 60 seconds, it's not that good. The only other time then you should be getting hit by Cueist is like mind games. But also, careful, cue ball. Nice wind blast here. Okay, meteor eats the wind blast. That is the right call, but we should also hit her. Yup, nice. We should hit the meteor. Every injury, of course, for a Cueist equals more buffs. That's the good thing about Cueist is that you can switch targets and stack up injuries quite easily. We're gonna shift targets over here. Hi there, Prof. Is he in that? He is in that. Yeah, I don't know why he did that. He put himself in that pallet. It was a free pallet stun. He's gonna blink even though scale is ready. Okay, scale, and see ya. Okay, I don't really think he needed to. That was actually a really bad blink, if he asked me. That was not a good blink because he blinked and then used cue ball. Like it should be one or the other. You should not use both. If you're using both, that's too good resources. That's too slow. I'm sorry, that is simply just too slow. We're gonna see Xiao Y coming in here. Antiquarian, of course, is, in my personal opinion, very good into Cueist. Very, very good into Cueist. You have to win some mind games, but I think the Anti, in general, has the better matchup in this, or I guess the better advantage, I should say, in this matchup. Let's get a hit right there. We can actually push him into the pallet here. Boop! And pallet stun. Yep. Not too shabby. I would have done the exact same thing. Now let's see here. They're going to be sticking together here. They're going to be duo kiting here for a while. Of course, now because he doesn't have blink, this is really bad. See, if Nia actually just broke the pallet and then used the cue ball to get the kill regardless, he would be fine here. But now without blink, he's in a bit of trouble. That's the problem here. Professor should have scale. Nice, good scale. Ciphers are moving pretty quickly, and Anti can still keep harassing. Anti needs to eat the cue ball for the Professor. Anti does eat the cue ball for the Professor, but he loses the mind game. But now Anti can harass, and there's no cue ball. That's the thing. There's no cue ball, and we can harass. Let's see here. We're going to pick up. Here we go. It all comes down to this. Bruh. Okay. She can't make it. Yeah. Too fast. That's unfortunate. Professor needed more patience there. He really needed more patience. They should pop. Pop, 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 pop. Oh, they're gonna burn out more lines. That's smart, actually. Yeah, burn out more lines and then pop. Okay, I actually agree with that. That's smart. That's smart. The less lines Cueist has in the late game, the better. We got one last bottle for our meteor. We're gonna dodge. Nope, we should have used that cloud. We definitely should have used that cloud because we are cooked. But it's fine because he's out of lines. No cue ball, no blink. That is a draw, bro. That is gonna be a tie for Nia's Cueist here. Not too shabby, not too shabby. I think both sides definitely could have optimized things a little bit better. But I think if that Antiquarian got that harass off, that would have been very dangerous. I'm not really sure why she went down the middle path, because obviously bro's not going to go down the middle path. I don't know, bro. I think it's fine. I think it is fine. Nice tie. And it's Sangria time from Non-Sept here. We're going to be looking at a Seer, Mech, Archer, Officer band, Goatman band from the Survivors, and we got Lanternist, Cordy, Merc, and our Meteor here as well. Okay. Not too shabby, it looks like. Not too shabby of a team comp. It's a little weird. I don't really think I see all these characters together too often. This feels more like a rank comp than it does really a tourney comp, and I don't really know why. It's just the vibe. I don't know if it's like the double save or whatever with the I don't know. Cordy, maybe it's just because I don't really see Cordy on this map specifically too often. Usually Cordy is played on maps with like more open areas, like a Moon River Park and whatnot. I don't really feel like I see her too often on Chinatown, but it's fine. Looks like we are going to be chasing down Gwok's Cordy here. So you got to be very, very careful here, Gwok. Be very, very careful. It is going to be excitement, so we can either early shoot or late shoot. That's the thing about excitement here. If you shoot before blink, it's not too shabby. Or sorry, if you shoot before excitement, it's not too shabby of the timing. But we're not going to flip back until... There we go. Nice. We can excitement though. Okay, but at least that's still good enough. I actually don't really know if I agree with that excitement because you don't get a hit from that. Yeah, now you have to play a mind game. Okay, well at least you won the mind game. If Non-Sept lost the mind game, that would have been really bad. That would have been a really bad excitement. It worked out okay because of the winning mind game, but again, using your trait and not getting a hit from it. Whoa, what the heck, Gwok, you gwoked it up. Gwoked it up. That was not the best. Definitely not the best. I mean, again, there's no knee jerk, so again, kiting Opera Singer without knee jerk is very, very hard on this map. You should not kite till blink against an Opera on this map if you don't have a knee jerk. It's against a top level Opera, you have to win mind games. That's the only way. Like you have to win mind games. Let's see here. TP back. Let's see. Okay. Ciphers are a bit slow. Ciphers are indeed a bit slow. But yeah, this is a very good map for Opera. It's pretty hard to force out her trait. Or if it is a blink usually, without knee jerk. It's just very, very speedy. All the walls are so close together. She can speed up so gosh darn fast. Let's see here. Boop. Like I'm somebody who hates Red Church, and this is one of my favorite maps to play Opera on. But I can only do it when I got my God Pang. We're gonna see. Oh, Persica. Nice Wind Blast. Ooh, that was a beautiful Wind Blast. Didn't cancel the dash, unfortunately, but I think it's fine because that bought Gwok some time to get into Graveyard, which is the best spot to kite Opera Singer. This is definitely the best one here because you just kind of spam pallets here. You just kind of spam pallets, especially these two right here. This one and the one they just broke earlier. These two are just so good versus her. Nice Wind Blast here again. We don't really see this level of support versus a Sangria too often. I'm gonna drop this pallet. We're gonna have to break this one here. This one's just too strong. Gwok's gonna move to the back pallet here. I don't think he makes it. Oh, he does make it actually. Wow, sheesh. Speedy. Are we really gonna burn the last? No, we're not gonna burn the last bottle. All right, that's fine. Now, they are out of their rescue characters. I think Persica will try to save here. The problem is Non-Sept knows where Persica is, so it might be a fault from the mercenary here as well, potentially. I don't know. We might need an assist here. We might actually need an assist. It depends. Might need an assist. No, Merc's run away. It looks like Persica will just get it. Cloud here. Wind Blast. Cloud. Flywheel. Okay, nice. We could Wind Blast, but remember, there's excitement. That's the thing. There is excitement. Ciphers are really slow, actually. These are very, very slow. WBG Cyphers is not the best. Actually, wait. Lanternus is pausing it, right? Surely. Oh, no, they're healing. Oh. No, these Ciphers are pretty bad, actually. Yeah, these Ciphers... I think Gwok's kite was just too short. That's the problem. That is the problem. The excitement for the first hit, and then he messed up on the second one. That's a bit tough. Again, without knee jerk, it's really hard to kite Opera on this map. It really is. It really, really is. And even want excitement to counter. That's pretty tough, yeah. That is pretty tough. Okay. Let's see here. Persica's hiding it out here behind this long wall. This is a good spot to kite up right here, this long wall, because, well, usually when she doesn't have presence. When she does have presence, it's a little harder, but there's nothing to dash to on that wall. It's one of the rare spots on this map where there is just simply nothing to dash to. So it's very good to kite her there along that long wall that Persica was just on. Unfortunate. They're kind of losing all the mind games here, which is a little bit sad for Weibo here. Cyphers have caught up a little bit here, but no Tide Centers, no items left on Persica. We do still have trait. We can play very aggressive here. Ooh, we do play aggressive. We're actually going to spot out the rescue, which is going to force coding in. This is going to force everybody off of the Cyphers here. That shadow was too far. That's fine. Okay. Break this pallet here. And this one here too. That's fine. Yeah, Merc really needs to last as long as humanly possible, truly. He should take a hit right here. Let's see. Hit right here. Yup, okay. Can we delay the chair? It's gonna be after half on Persica. Oh dear. This is quite scary because now we can try to play some withering type game plan here and then maybe go for Persica eventually. And if Persica dies, we are kind of cooked. That's death. Yep. We could slug out the Mercenary. We could slug or chair, that's the question. We're gonna slug. We're gonna choose to slug here, yep. Choosing to slug. This is a bit of a risky strategy, but again, this works well if you do not get kited. If the kites are short, this strategy works very well. Non-stepped is basically, that's not a dash, yeah, I know that for sure, that's not a dash, that's a mess up dash. That does not work. This does not work if you get kited. So basically, coating needs to have a really good kite here. That's what we need. Okay. Let's see here. This is another really tricky spot for Opera to dash. Very, very tricky spot. Because everything here is like the same wall. Gonna go back to this pallet here. Going around. This is gonna be a hit right here. Unless we flywheel. Oh, we have knee jerk. Never mind. We have knee jerk on the Lanternist. Okay. Persica does get a wand. We're gonna go heal up the Mercenary here so it doesn't burn his self heal. Okay, yeah, I don't know. You're supposed to dash toward that pot, but we burned Cape and then over-corrected. I don't really know what that was up, or what was up with that, but we have teleport ready here once again. So again, we're doing quite good here, but we are getting kited quite a bit. We are definitely getting kited here. Gonna set up some shadows here. We're looking at ciphers. Nice. Okay, very nice, very nice. All right, we should check. We're gonna teleport. Wow, we're hard reading. We're hard reading. I think we heard the chest close, right? Oh, did we see the sticker? We didn't see the sticker. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I don't think the chest animation or chest sound closed in time. Let's see. Yeah, we don't see the Mercenary. Okay, that's a waste of a teleport. And a free save, too. That's actually huge. That is huge, actually. I think what's really hurting Noncept in this game is Lanternist. I'm going to be so real. The reason why Noncept TP'd there was because that was a cipher with the most progress. But we thought it would be frozen. I know Noncept thought it would be like frozen by the Lanternist, so they TP'd to it thinking that Lanternist would be freezing it. Nice mind game. Very good mind game there. Really good mind game from Merc. Cape. Noncept's dashes are a little clunky, I can't lie. They're doing pretty well here, but the dashes are a bit clunky. Now we're freezing that cipher for coating cipher here, and we're going to slug out the Mercenary here once again. That's not a dash. Noncept's dash, I think Noncept is nervous. Noncept feels very rushed. I think that's what's happening here. Noncept feels very, very rushed. That's why they're messing up all these dashes. Yeah, they're messing up too many dashes. They're kind of they need to calm down. They need to slow the pace of the game down. They need to calm down. Because they're in a very good position right now, but the problem is they keep messing up. And it's really hurting their gameplay. Let's see here. I think they just feel very rushed right now. There's the Lanternist. Okay. Yeah, the reaction time, everything is just so late. Everything is so late. TP is back up again, though. I think the biggest thing is WG just can't find their footing. That's the problem. Like, even though Noncept keeps messing up, WG just can't seem to find their footing right now, which is a bit unfortunate. They burned all the pallets, they burned all their items, and I think that's the reason why, is they just don't have any items. Noncept successfully just burned out everything that they had. And we're going to teleport again, bro. Back to the Mercenary again. They just can't decode. Mercenary, they just keep slugging out the Mercenary. Merc missed his football. And Persica is just stuck on rescue duty. Persica keeps going back, rescuing and healing and rescuing and healing. It's just too much, bro. It's just too much. What we need here is an insane kite. That's the only way. We need an insane kite. But the problem is, like, what Nonstep keeps doing is, like, we keep hiding on this side of the map, which is both good and bad because we're dying away from the ciphers. But it also means the rescuer has to go all the way away from the ciphers, and we keep TPing back and slugging the mercenary, which is buying so much time in this match here. And now Persica's just going to hide it out. I think we're going to have to burn the selfie with the mercenary, and then Persica will get the second save. I think that's what our strategy is going to be here. The problem with this is, Merc is dying, or he's healing so slow. And the Cypher is not going to be ready in time. Nice flywheel. We don't want to use the wand here just in case of a TS. We want to save the wand for later. Cypher's being worked on. We need a really, really, really good rescue here. A godlike rescue. Come on, Persica. If anybody can do it, it's you. Come on. Come on. Nice. Is it enough? I don't think it's enough. We're gonna wait. Wand. No, we needed to wand. It was the only way. We needed to wand to risk. Now we can do this. That's unfortunate. Pop here. Yep. Okay. The only way was if they got a mispick, but I think Nonstep would have just chaired Wendy there. Regardless, would have just chaired our Persica pal. I think it's cooked though. I think it's cooked. Ooh, nice vault here, but again, Persica has no flywheel, no knee jerk, one wand in a dream. That's all we have is one wand in a dream. That is simply all we have. Nice wand. That was such a good wand, but how do you get out of this area? Yeah, that's tough. And Merc is just gonna dig up an item. We're gonna slug out our meteor here. Look for tinnitus, teleport. No one's here though. Where's the mercenary? Where is he? Where is our Merc? Oh, we found him. There's the tinnitus, bro. There's the tinnitus. Oh my goodness, what a long game here, bro. But WBG looks like they are gonna get 3'd, bro. They are getting 3. Okay, there goes the football, but you're dead again, pal. You're dead again. Yep. All right, Persica's gonna try to go to backgate and just see if we can beat the Opera, but Opera just dashes too fast. Unless Nonstep misses a dash, I think there's... Nah, it's cooked. It's cooked, bro. It's cooked. It is cooked. The dashes are way more consistent. I think Nonstep's offset looks really good. I think they were just earlier. They just felt so rushed. They really did feel so rushed. This is a very interesting match. I'd really like to. This is a really good match to look back on because I feel like there definitely could have been some better plays, but I don't know. It was an interesting match. Regardless, we are gonna be seeing a round 3 here since now the score is completely equal. Last time Zoo got 4 killed. The first round Zoo got 4 killed, and then there was a tie. Then there was a tie, and then Weibo got 4 killed. So the set is completely evened up right now. And we're gonna be looking at a Leo's Memory Hullabaloo here from the side of Nia. Detention, Insolence, and Warp is my assumption here. It's kind of hard to see the builds. We are looking at a borrowed knee-jerk Lanternist here from the side of Zoo. A tied borrowed Grave. A Full-kite Painter with no self-heal. Very interesting. And then a Full-kite Embalmer with self-heal. Okay, it's very funny how often servers get forget self-heal in tournament. It's very, very funny. I don't think it's on purpose. I really, truly don't. I think they just kind of make their builds. Actually, maybe they do it on purpose. Maybe it's like a... Well, let's assume the Hunter... it's more of like a niche situation of like a... We're going to assume the Hunter will always assume that we have self-heal. So maybe they invest it into like Snooze or something else. The problem is every server should always have self-heal. It's like... And it's in a very niche situation where the Painter won't have self-heal and they actually need it. They're going to be absolutely cooked. But maybe they're taking that risk here. Maybe Zoo is just going to take that risk. I really don't know if it's intentional. It's something that I might have to ask... like B for you and see like do people actually go no self-heal on purpose, or is it just like an accident and they just forget about it? We're gonna go for the Warp here. Does that really do anything? I don't really think it does. I mean, I guess it applies more pressure onto the Grave, but he didn't really get much off of it, I don't feel like. Let's see here. Okay, gotta play some mind games here. Pop back through. Terror Shock, that's full presence, baby. Full pres Hulla at 5 ciphers. Although, we do finish one of them. Painter Cypher does finish. I think it was Lance in his boost, so that's why it's so fast. We have 67 and 63 on the other 2 ciphers. Not too shabby here. Gonna move the Coffin a little bit. We actually did Coffin our Gravekeeper here, and we're just gonna go for it because we don't have Tides in her, so we're just gonna let him Coffin and probably die in a corner. Here's my guess. Painter is here to grab face. Let's see. Can we grab face? Can we grab face? We do have face. Okay, that's good. Are we actually going to support, though, is the question. We're actually going to support. Interesting. All right, that's 2 colors. Jump. All right. All right, painting, nice. Into the pallet stun too. Hullabaloo. All right, that wasn't too bad. Let's see here. Be careful, painter. Be careful now, bro, be careful. Okay. One more red in this grave is dead, so whether it be clone or jump, we'll see. Clone, clone. He's gonna go down, okay, that's fine. Painter needs to just stay safe. He needs to go for that save. He'll probably have to use the painting for the save. It might be a pretty early save here, unfortunately. Let's see here. We're gonna drop this pallet very early. Don't really know why we dropped that pallet. Kind of needed to mind game around that thing. Buddy. Oh, he's not even in it. What? Interesting. Okay, well, we make the save at least. We do make the save. Damage is save, actually. A little bit of a weird one, I'm not gonna lie. Grave insta dies. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's what happens without Titanner, bro. Yeah, insta die versus the Hulla. We got Warp here now. Let's see. Alpaca. Are we going for Alpaca? We are going to go for Alpaca, it looks like here. This is a little bit risky. Going for Embalmer here is a little bit risky, because here's the thing. By going for Embalmer here, Embalmer will probably die, right? He's full kite, so he should be able to kite for at least a little bit. But the thing is, if he gets chaired and he gets rescued, he's going to get a coffin back. And giving him a coffin back is going to be really annoying for this Hulla. Going to be very, very, very annoying for Hulla. Because Hulla kind of has to respect it. He has to respect it for the end game. But at this rate, we might not get one. We might just be able to finish the last Cypher. It is 84%. Again, I got to give it up to Zoo. Their Cypher Rush is really, really good. There's the flywheel. Mind game the pallet. Mind game the pallet. Okay. Just don't vault. Just don't vault. Don't take the risk. Okay, nice. Nice. Nice pallet stun. Oh my goodness. Alpaca, calm down. Calm down, bro. Calm down. That's one hit here. I think it's actually better if he dies so he has coffin for endgame. I'm not even lying. I think it actually is better. Let's see. Oh, they just pop and die in a corner. Okay, I mean, that's fine. That's fine, I guess. Lantern should be on the gate, right? Is Lantern? I can't really see. Okay, Lantern just now makes it to the gate. We don't have teleport, we do have warp. And there is detention. So he's just gonna go for it. He's just gonna go for it. He's gonna clone to see where the nearest survivor is. Clone. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Clone has pointed out the survivor, Xiao Wei. Xiao Wei will get the save, but with two survivors nearby, with I guess a detention Hullabaloo, that's very dangerous. It's one. There's two. And then there oh wait, but the coffin now. There's the coffin now. Nice file, that's huge. We need that. We needed that. We really needed that. We really, really needed that. Okay. Are we gonna embalm the painter? Nope. Okay, that's unfortunate. We cannot embalm in time, but that's a tie. Okay. If the painter didn't kite that long, that could have been very, very risky. Very risky, but now that's gonna be a tie. Yeah, he's too far. Okay, another tie, another tie. The match is still completely tied up. How about that, bro? It is completely tied up. 11 points to 11 points in the Weibo versus Zoo matchup here. So it's all gonna come down to round 3, second half. And if it's a tie, we're gonna see overtime. Oh, wait, they still have Cueist. Oh, they banned Peddler over Cueist. That's interesting. Very interesting, very interesting. Okay, very weird team setup here. I'm not gonna lie, very, very weird team setup here. Pharaoh Lady Prisoner. Pharaoh Lady Prisoner. I mean, double decoder is quite aggressive. And we have it's like double decoder, double rescue. This is this comp. Is double decoder, double rescue. Bit of a weird comp, I'm gonna be honest with you, but I think they're expecting the Cueist, which is why they went for the Pharaoh Lady. And Pharaoh Lady's not bad into Cueist. I think Pharaoh Lady's actually pretty decent, as long as she has knee-jerk, which of course she does. We're gonna be looking at a borrowed time tied on both of our rescuers here, and then full kite on our decoders. This is like a very interesting strategy here. From the side of WBG. I'm not gonna lie, it's quite interesting. Of course, the Q is gonna be rocking that standard, but it looks like he didn't have constrain. That looks like he probably has more pallet breaking and no constrain. Looks like. Gwok, our Pharaoh Lady, is actually gonna get spotted out here. And it looks like Gwok doesn't care. Gwok's just gonna be like, yeah, I'm just gonna Gwok it up. And I should be able to Gwok, finally here. It's only one line here. He's got the pixie dust. Pixie dust, pixie dust. We love pixie dust. We love Tinkerbell. That is what it's called, right? Or is it fairy? Is it pixie dust or fairy dust? From Peter Pan. I actually don't even remember. It's been a minute. All right, Goak has to be careful here. Goak has to be careful here. Because we really want to, nice, there we go. Use it both, dang, that's a bit rough, Okay, it's fine, that hit was so early that the gimmick should come back very, very soon. The reason why, you might be wondering, why did Goak burn both wands? So, you burn both wands there to get your invisibility back as soon as possible so that you can force Blink for first hit. That is why. Goak did not want to play mind games with Blink. Goak really wanted to just force Blink for first hit. Of course, we take the vault here, so now we have to wait even longer for our gimmick to be ready once again. Oh, the flywheel! Let's see, is our invisibility back in time? Let's see, we need our gimmick powers. Nope, our gimmick powers will not be back in time. Okay. The good thing is here, though, Goak should have the gimmick ability basically the second he gets off chair. So there actually is a small chance to rebound. But that was actually a good kite. It may not seem like a good kite, but that was really, really good. It just looked a little bit goofy. Okay, we're gonna bald Goak all the way over here. Very, very good. Need to get a good rescue here from Cueist. I always forget how to pronounce their name. I've been told how it is pronounced like twice, and I keep forgetting. Let's see here. We're gonna rescue with Charles. Nice. Let's get this good save out here. Beautiful save. Yep, there's the gimmick powers once again. And we're not even trying to rebound. Okay, that's fine. We're just trying to die away from ciphers here. That's fine. Totally fine. We can even bald ourselves even farther away if we want. We're gonna die inside Shack here. Of course, no basin, which is good. We're just gonna take the vault just so that we can get even more speed. Sheesh, Goak is so fast. Oh my gosh. Goak is insanely fast right now. This is ridiculous. Alrighty. We're gonna chair. It doesn't really matter where we chair because we're probably gonna bald the chair so that Bald can get the next rescue. Ciphers are quite good here. We're chairing here, I think, just so we can lock Persica's cipher. Let's see here. Yep, we're gonna lock it down. Boop, boop, and boop. Cue ball just to slow it down a little bit here. Persica dodges cue ball. We're just gonna go over here. I don't know if I really like this. Should have been a little bit farther. All right, Bald smoke time. Be patient now, Bald. Be patient. Be patient now, Bald. Need a very, very patient rescue from this Bald. Buy that time for that cipher. Gonna try to lock down coating again, which we will be able to do here. But Persica might be able to finish their cipher. We'll see. Maybe they can finish that cipher in time. Ooh. Bald. Mind games. Mind games. Ooh. Ooh, gimmicks. Gimmicks and smoke. Oh my gosh, double the gimmicks, bro. Double the, where do you go? There's double the gimmick. How are you supposed to do it? 2 gimmicks, bro. Oh my gosh. The super invisibility, sheesh. Okay, we got the knee jerk. Okay, whoa, fly. Oh, I would have done the same thing, Goak. I would have done the same thing. Goak is Goaking, bro. Goak is Goaking. That should be a 3 escape. Yeah, that should be a 3 escape. There's not enough lines. Oh, it's gonna be close though. Oh, it's gonna be close. It's gonna be no. Persica should make it out. Yeah. No, it's fine. They're fine. If they were like, if the game was like 50, maybe there'd be a chance. No, that's it, bro. We make it. That's a 3 escape right there. That is gonna be a very, very good win in this set for Weibo. A really close match, but dang. Good stuff to Weibo, bro. Good stuff. They've been struggling quite a bit recently, so I'm glad they're at least able to get a good win here, even if it is against a non-professional team, but still. Now it's time for the second set of the day. This is gonna be between ACT and GG. Now this is, unlike the last set, this is a matchup between 2 professional teams, so it's not going to be, I almost said it's not going to be as one-sided, but then again, WG barely beat out Zoo, so I guess it wasn't really that one-sided at all. But, you know, typically, you know, you expect your professional teams to beat your non-professionals. When it comes to professionals versus professionals, there's a lot more nuance to it, and it's a lot more difficult to tell, but it looks like it's going to be round 1 on, I think it was Moon River Park? Yeah, Moon River Park here. We're going to be looking at a Full-kite Enchantress, a borrowed knee-jerk puppet, a borrowed Tide Gardener, and a Tide borrowed Grave. We're not going to chase the Gardener here. Oh! Chew, that was so smart. Okay, let's explain this. Actually, sorry. Yeah, I'm sure most of you understand this, but this was really smart. If you look at the spawns, Grave is at bridge and then Gardener is at first. The whole strategy of having Gardener at first is so that she can eat 1 free hit with her bubble and then get on the coaster and then Grave turns on the stop. However, most operas, I haven't seen Opera do this in forever. I've only seen this happen like a long time ago in COA 7, where she runs this way, pretends to go to the Gardener, and then flips back to go to the Grave, because you know the Grave is going to walk in to try to hit the button, and now Grave is not in a good spot and takes a hit. And you don't have to chase the Gardener with the bubble. That's so much harder, and now they're losing their rescuer here, and she can deal with the initial Gardener bubble way better. Grave is already damaged. This is going to be a hit right here. Look at that. 4 40% chance of 4-kill already? That is ridiculous, bro. This is such a smart strategy from Chiyu. I'm sure people are gonna see this and they're gonna have to be way more scared now. Oh my gosh, that was so smart from Chiyu. Sheesh. I am very impressed. I am genuinely very, very impressed. We have Cape now as well. No pallets here are dropped. Dash, dash, and that's gonna be another hit right here. And he's gonna die to Blink. All of his resources gone right here. Do we even need the Blink? We're gonna break this pallet. I guess, yeah, there's 2 pallets here. Nice, there's the good Blink. Okay, beautiful. I mean, absolutely beautiful. That was so good. That was so incredibly good. Now, if Lewis had tied, I would say, or like tied Nijic, I'd say they'd be in like an okay position here. But the fact that they're losing one of their tied tenors here is really not so good. Lewis is gonna knee-jerk very far away. We're gonna cape. We're gonna at least force 1 Lewis here. We do force 1 Lewis. TP back. You assume Garner's gonna come in now. Let's see here. There's the Garner. We're looking back there for the save. She's gonna use bubble. Nope, not quite, not quite. Smack her up here. Okay, that's our Yarhar-Ho pirate Gardner. I don't know why. What? Oh, she tried to run into the opera to cancel her dash. Okay, lots of really good strategies coming out here from both sides here. Gotta smack that grave. No more tide tenor for this grave here. We do see that the enchantress is there, and it looks like she is gonna try to harass while the grave dies out in a corner here. Let's see. Is you gonna expect it here? We do see the enchantress out over there, and we are just gonna go for her. Let's be very careful. That was really close. Very, very close here. TP back, dash, pick up. We're gonna have to walk towards her. Oh, I don't know about that one. Oh, she's too far now. She's too far now. Unless we get a good struggle. It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. Nope, it's not gonna happen. Yeah, it's too late. Okay, ciphers are really good though. Like despite this strategy here from Chiyu, the one bad thing about this strategy, I will say, is that you are chasing the slowest decoder. That is the one bad thing. Is so it's like, you know, Grave decode's 20% slower than other service. I think honestly Grave deserves a nerf. I think he should be, or no, I think he's 15, right? Oh my gosh, he's 15, right? He should be 20. Scary. Terror Shock? She wants to farm. Nice farm. Okay. But yeah, the thing is, regardless, you chase the Gravekeeper and the Gardener actually decodes at like full speed. So these ciphers are very, very spread out, but they're actually pretty good. This is about the percent that you want, but this is a much better spread, or like much better to have your ciphers like this than have one last one missing, in my personal opinion. Let's see here. Enchantress has a 3-stack. There it is. There's the 3-stack used. We are going to take the coaster here. Yep, we burn out the coaster here. Nice. Now let's see here. Are all the cipher? No, they're not going to be cipher locked here either, which is really good for the side of ACT. Without a cipher lock situation, that's going to be very difficult for Chiyu to win. But of course, it is Moon River Park. This is a very good map for hunters. I'm going to go for a nice cape here. Dash, 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 dash. Wow. Okay. Now that was unexpected. We have basement here too. I did not think we'd go for that blink, but yeah, that's actually probably the better play. The thing is now Puppet's on the final cipher. So the question is, will Chiyu go for the cipher? Or are we going to try to just camp? I don't know. Looks like we're going for the cipher. We're going for the cipher for now. 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81. Okay, we're gonna go for the cipher here, yep. That thing is really gosh darn close though. I think what we need to do here is we need to stall for our teleport. Nice. We just need to stall for TP. We're gonna heal up the Gardener. Lewis is just buying some time. Nice, good use of the Lewis there. Lewis just lasts 5 million years for no reason at all. I don't know why this character got buffed, and I don't know why he's this broken. Speed boost, TP, same shadow, but that's fine. Yeah, it's fine, it's fine. By the time his Lewis runs out, your shadow will be back. She's stalling enough time for a teleport to come back, and Gardener has already seen the chair one time, which is good, It's breaking a good amount of pallets here. Okay. Now you can share the Lewis pretty much on top of this cipher, which is really good. They're forced to open up a 6 cipher. This is good. Chiyu is doing good here. Chiyu is doing very, very good. Let's see. Our teleport is going to be ready for endgame. Can we cut off the Gardener, though? That's the big thing. Can we cut off the Gardener? The answer is definitely a resounding yes, because we see her. So this is going to be a very hard save. This is going to be a very, very hard save. Oh, we do mess up our dash, though. It's not the best. Will we teleport is the question. Teleporting would be very risky here. I don't think we will. I think we're just going to aim to stuff this Gardener. It's already going to be after half, which is really good. And that Cypher that the enchant is on is pretty far. Gardener with Bubble should be able to make it, I think. Let's see here. There's the TP. Oh, she's really hard cut off here. Okay. There's the Bubble. The Bubble's going to allow her to come in. She's going to vault. Why would you hit the... Brother, why would you hit that? You just gave up a huge chance of you 3 killing. Now the Gardener makes it. And you hit this is like literally worst case scenario for Chiyu. Literally you're supposed to hit the Gardener, but then you hit the Lewis and now they can spread out. And now your chance of 3 kill is very low. And you have no TP? Oh man. Oh my gosh, this is worst case scenario. They pop and he can Lewis. No, this is so bad. Chiyu messed up so badly, bro. Chiyu messed up so badly. This is not good. This is not good. You're in a really good position there. You could have 4-killed from that position. And now, I mean, you still can 4-kill because of teleport, but yeah, this is just rough. You're probably gonna 3-kill at least. This is just rough. They're predicting the teleport here. Obviously, it is gonna be teleport. But we do still have Tinnitus. We do still see track, so it's gonna be a 3-kill. But dang, he had a good position to 4-kill. The fact like he hit the Bubble and then he hit the Lewis, allowing them to separate. Like, oh man, that was just rough, bro. That was just rough. That was just very rough. We know the Enchantress is here. There she is. Silent Vault. Okay, it all comes down to this Enchantress's kite, because Gardener still needs to make it to the gate. The Enchantress needs to kite. She does have a stun. Nice, that was good. That was really, really good. What? Bro, that was a charge attack. Just flywheel. Hello? Huh? Okay, I don't, maybe some nerves there, maybe some nerves. All right, that's gonna be a 1. That's gonna be a 3-kill. That is gonna be a 3-kill. A little bit of a messy late game from Chiyu, but honestly, the early game with the little TP back thing, that was very, 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 very good. Honestly, that could be really useful versus like an officer to burn out a watch, then go back for the Gardener. Against a Grave though, it's definitely a bit 50-50 with the decoding and whatnot. Still quite interesting though. We're gonna be looking at an Ivy here now for round 1 from ZZ9 here. Seer, Doc, Arrow, and Anti are the picks. Oh, Double Harasser round 1. I don't know if I like that. I think it's actually very smart for ZZ9 to pick Ivy here because of the Double Harasser. However, I do personally think that Archer is quite good into Ivy. It does take some setup and some knowledge and a good route, but I do think it's a good matchup for Archer. As weird as it sounds, I think it's actually a good matchup. From personal experience. We're gonna get set up here, but Archer's gonna be forced to move eventually. You can't stay up there forever. Yep, we see the red light. So we are going to take it. It's going to be 61. So we don't get frozen, though. That is good. We don't get frozen on the vault. But this is going to be a little tricky. Typically, what happens against Archer versus Ivy, in my experience, is you take a very early hit right here. Yep, you take a very early hit right here. But now, what does the Ivy do? How does she catch up? She's going to have all this corrosion. She will not be able to catch up until she can repossess onto the Archer. That is the only way. She will not catch up to the Archer until the possession up again. And here's the thing. You know what she can do? This is actually the smart decision, is actually to go for somebody else while this is happening, because you cannot kill Archer. You know you're not going to be able to catch up. The arrows are just too much. This is why ZZ9, like, they know the matchup, bro. They know the matchup. This is very, very smart. Nice perfume from 18, though. Very good perfume. We dug that from a chest earlier. That was so good. We're going to now move back to the Archer here, who we can just kill with Blink. And now what we have to do here is Bai has to predict Blink. We have to shoot in the face. Go for the 180. Go for the 180. Come on. 180. 180. They're not doing the 180 trick. Flywheel. That's it. GG's. Yeah, no, that's not good. What I would have personally done there is I would have tried to go for the 180 bow. There's a 180 bow trick that you can use where you aim forward and then you just like fake back over and over again. And you try to align horizontally and get the distance up. And then you have to flywheel blink. That's usually what I try to do when I kite Ivies. If you can flywheel blink, it's like it's a 3 cipher and then some kite. If you can't flywheel blink, it's standard. Anyway, regardless, that was really smart from ZZ9 to get that first hit and then leave the Archer, because Archer can kite. Until that point, Archer can kite until the repossession. So that's actually very, very smart from ZZ9. And again, I thought it was very interesting. I watched, if you guys know S'mores, the creator of S'mores, they make really good competitive videos. They actually interviewed B4U recently with Anton and Lyan. And they actually said that ACT was one of the most underrated teams right now. Oh, see, she tried to go for it. You can see it. She was setting it up. She's trying to get the 180 trick. The 180 trick, of course, I don't know why I'm calling it 180. It's not really a trick. It's more just like a holding the bow out in front of you versus Ivy in the matchup, and then instantly turning around before she can react and trying to hit the arrow. It's very hard, very, very hard, but it's doable. If you can get the vertical sight down after the first fake out, and then you just have to predict the horizontal one. It's still pretty tough, but it can really, really save you in the matchup. And even then, you don't actually have to go for it. Sometimes you just bait it and then go for the 50. And then even then, that's enough to get you distance, and then you can crossbow, and then, you know, etc., etc. At least before she has full. After she has full, Archer's pretty much useless. You can try to like crossbow to full presence, but it's gonna be hard. Let's see here. Yithian resummoned. 300% Cypher progress done, and then some. Pressure down Kuchao Cypher. Bai is here. And 18 is coming. Let's see here. We do have an elbow pad now. Elbow pad into bubble. Hold on. Elbow pad, nice. Free save, free save, free save. Farm into the Archer, unfortunately. We crossbow just because why not? Yeah, a bit unfortunate that we crossbow. The other, we just burned full presence for no reason. I don't know what that was supposed to be. I don't really know what that was supposed to be. I will say one the bad thing about the matchup, which is why, despite me saying it was like pretty decent for Archer, is I also think it's more of a 50-50 at the end of the day, is because Ivy can kind of do like the stand still and then just go into her Yith whenever you shoot her. So that's why it's really good to try to get those 180 tricks. Very tricky though, very, very tricky to get. We're gonna chair our Archer here, and this is like your very classic Ivy type matchup here. We're gonna be looking at a 3-person endgame, 100% more needed on a Cypher, and everybody has Bard except for the Anti with Flywheel Tide and no injuries. So this is the kind of point where we have to stall the Cyphers as much as possible here. We have to stall these out super, super hard. Of course, you will be able to break that rock in about a couple more seconds. We actually do hit the bubble. I don't know what is it with everybody hitting bubbles today, and because we're in that attack recovery, we cannot possess, or we cannot TP to the Anti. So the Anti will be able to decode for a little while here. We're going to full presence the Garner. That's going to be 1 hit. We might be able to blink down for a kill here as well. However, Pipisha is across the map, and we cannot really pressure them very easily here. We're going to actually move on over to Bridge. Gonna get the Yithian to pressure down the Officer. They're gonna recall the Yith. Yep, recall the Yith, and then move it to Pipisha, and then start moving back over. Yep, there we go. Beautiful, beautiful levels of pressure here. Let's see now. Gardner's gonna continue working on the Godkite Cypher. Anti, we're gonna get pressured here a little bit. We're probably gonna try to force out a watch on the Officer, then leave. Let's see here. Force watch, and now we're gonna possess the Anti and leave. Yep. Ooh, nope. Pipisha is actually being very, very safe here. Nope, now we're going to pressure down, leave Yith here. TP to the Anti, and now we have to try to force out some items here. Maybe we'll go for a cheeky blink. A blink would be a little greedy, especially when you have the flywheel. When she probably is expecting the flywheel. She's probably expecting the flywheel. Unfortunately, we can't really pressure down Pipisha too much here. It's going to be really, really hard with this area. But at least we're stalling the Cyphers, and we're going to try to continue with this Wither-based strategy here. Yeah, ZZ9 really can't do anything. It's just, she's basically a Hellenber at this point. So we're going to full presence our Officer 100, get a stack on that Officer there. 2 injuries is quite good. However, this pressure is starting to run a little bit thin. We're going to have to move the Yithian toward 18. Officer is running away from his Cypher, which is quite good. And we need to push Pipisha away from their Cypher. Pressure down 18, that does get reduced by 2%. Yith, TP, Neom, Yith back to the Anti here. We're really getting spread thin. Really, really, really getting spread thin here. And we can't really do much to slow down Pipisha. It's just Pipisha's area is just simply too good here. Officer's going to take some time. We're going to bubble right here. We are going to go down, though. That is really good that we're able to get this chair, especially without having to use full presence or blink. The Cypher will be primed at this point, but Anti will be on the gate. We do have blink. An Officer will have an item, but the Garner does not. Her bubble is nearly primed, which should help in the end game. This is a very good chance to tie for the survivors. We terror shock ourselves. Okay, I guess that's fine. We're probably just going to get hit there regardless. Chasing down 18, the Cypher has popped. Anti on gate is going to take a long, long, long time. We blink down our Gardener here. That was really, really good. We needed that blink down. We're going to not possess the Anti yet. This is actually quite good. If she's moving off herself, now you have to pressure. Now you have to possess. Possess now. Possess now. Please possess now. There we go. Okay. Recall Yith. Recall Yith. Yep. Recall. TP. Oh, to find out where the Officer is. Smart. Okay, very smart. Very, very smart here. We're going to go for the 3 kill here. Yeah, this is a 3 kill. Oh, 99 though? 99. He's going to get the save. He's going to get the save. He's going to get the save. Okay, Anti will guarantee make it out. There's nothing that ZZ9 can do anything about making... Oh, if we look, it's cooked. Hold on, if we look, it's cooked. He's going for dungeon. He's going for dungeon. But the problem is just attack. Yeah, that's tough, buddy. That's tough. It's not enough. A Gardener chair lasts too long. Yep. Gardener chair lasts too long, baby. Too long. You know, if that Gardener wasn't a Gardener, I don't think they still would have made it, but it would have been way closer. Nice 3, though. Nice 3. That's going to be a tie for round 1 for both teams. Well, tie as in, you know, double 3 kill, not tie as in actually ties. We're going to see the Granny coming out here from Shauma in round 2. The Granny is here on the red church. We've got Prisoner, Seer, Arrow, and Officer out here. Okay, so the double rescue strategy, 1 decoder, and then a Seer. You don't really get to see Seer come out too often. He's almost always banned. So I'm a little curious to see what they're going to cook up with the Seer. Maybe a Full-kite Seer as well? Actually, no, a Full-kite Prisoner and a knee-jerk Seer. That's it, with Borrowed. Tied Borrowed on our rescuers, of course. Here, we're going to be looking at a Detention trump card, and I'm assuming that's Warp on our Granny here. We did, of course, grab a Vine. We're looking at Claustrophobia, Berserker, Famine, and Wanted Order Granny as well. Those are her secondary abilities. Are we really going to chase down the Aeroplanist first? Shack is a very hard spot to kite Peddler, by the way. It's from experience, I've noticed that if you are in Shack, and she opens a door from right there, and she's not approaching from the left or the right, it's actually kind of hard. I'm not gonna lie. If you don't have like a good item, it's kind of hard because you have to just leave. If you don't leave Shack, you're kind of just dead. And if you don't have a good item to deal with her Vine, it can be pretty tough. Here comes the Vine. Nice. Nice, 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 nice. Kakaki key. Kakaki key. Bird, 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 bird. Warp. But it has jetpack up. Yep, jetpack up, jetpack up. Last jetpack. Uh-oh. But the warp was still up, baby. The warp was still up. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Maybe it would have been better to try to take the window vault. I don't know. Okay. Here comes the next Vine. Oh, nice. From Aeroplanist. Very nice from our Arrow. Jetpack, jetpack, and last jetpack. If we drop that pallet, we die, so we want to go to the window instead so that we can preserve the pallet. And he's really just vaulting and praying right now. That's all that was, just vault and pray, vault and pray. That was some pretty fast vaulting, though. I'm gonna assume that was defense mechanism right there. That was quite speedy on that vaulting, Mr. Aeroplanist. Bro was vaulting like a gosh darn, like a lawyer or something. Sure felt like it. Not quite like batter speeds, but felt more like a lawyer after some vaults. Actually, you know what's so funny is Lawyer after with his buffs and defense mechanism max, it's like he can have like insane vaulting, bro. It's crazy. He has like batter vaulting practically. It's ridiculous, dude. All right, let's see here. Gonna stack some grass. Oh, nice save. Nice save. Damages save, actually. That's a really, really good save from 11. And X Meow. Gonna get that window vault there. Not that it really matters too much. Do we get a hit right here? Nah, we don't care about full presence, it looks like. We don't really care. Gonna open up a door here. Nice. Yeah, it kind of makes sense. You don't really need full presence here. Peddler presence really doesn't do that much. If that was a Waxars, though, that Waxars hitting, bro. 100%. Okay, 11's back here once again. Ciphers are looking absolutely delicious right now, but we're probably going to, if we lock it, it's a free save, but do we want to save that early is the question. We're gonna stall a little bit here. Just gonna stall the chair a little bit here. Okay, watch. Oh, we ran right into that. Chips? Into the, oh. Okay. If she hit, he would have been forced to get it. I don't know why we're, oh, wait. Is this guaranteed stuff? Is this a guaranteed stuff? Oh, no, that was so good. That was so good. That was so good. That was so good from the officer. That was so good. She got that on the arrow? No, that was the officer. No, that was the arrow. Never mind. Oh my gosh, what the heck? Okay, that was crazy. That was really impressive from Shauma. So impressive. Okay, can we win this? Probably not. Probably not. We're gonna look at this cipher. We're gonna disconnect it here. Yep, disconnect it. It's gonna be stuck at 85. Prisoner is decoding so fast. Look at that. 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92. Dude is decoding so fast. I don't know how he's decoding that fast, but he's decoding so fast, bro. He's not even connected right now, is he? Sheesh. That's crazy. It must be accelerated plus, like, I don't know, a couple other debuffs, or a couple other buffs, I should say, on the Persona Web, perhaps. Let's see here. 85% on that last Shack cipher. We don't have a bird. We from a bird with, okay, we can kite a little bit here. Seer can kite a little bit. Oh, we kind of ran into her though. Chips? Ooh. Ooh. Okay, I thought he'd kite at least a little bit. He didn't kite it at all. Bro did not kite at all. Is basement there? Oh no, basement. And no officer watch. Oh, he does have an elbow pad, which is nice. This is not the best though. Definitely not the best. Okay, I think they're just I think they might disconnect that Cypher. I don't know why they connected it to Shaq. I'm assuming just so that they can tell the Hunter's positioning, like if they're up or down, but I guess they could see regardless. Yeah, I don't know why they connected to this Cypher. That was kind of weird. Because now they lose their buff, their Cypher buff. Okay, grass. Oh. Okay. Gem drop. We're gonna go for a gem drop down, but he has an elbow pad. Open a door. Okay, bye. Bye, bro. Okay. Get a good save here. Nice save, nice save. We gotta still do with the Peddler drop down hits. Drop down gems. Drop down gems. She got the drop down. Smack down. Okay. We still got the gems. Open a door. I'll open a door. And I still have the gems and the vine. I've got everything. I'm rich. I'm rich, child. I'm rich. Delicious. Delicious vines and chips and gems. I've got riches for days. Do you want a trust fund, child? Oh, into the wall, baby. How close are we to a bird? We're actually decently close to a bird. Hold on. Bird, 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 bird. If he could mind game like a couple more times, he would have got a bird. He was actually like 85%. Wait, are we go? Oh my gosh. Okay, prisoner. So we're gonna force the prisoner out. Wait, did she mean to? No, okay. I guess we did mean to do that. I don't know why we grabbed grass there. Though. That was kind of weird. All right, that's a tie. Pretty simple tie. Pretty simple tie. Okay, not a bad game. Not a bad game by any means. Score is still all tied up, 6-6. Oh, and it's Cueist time. Okay. We of course have to ban the doctor. Yeah, we have to ban that doc. Oh my gosh. I would say if we're not banning doc, there's a problem, bro. There's a problem, especially if you're gonna play Cueist. Cueist needs to ban doctor. Let's look at our team here. We're gonna be looking at a Finn, an Enchantress, a Mercenary, and an Aeroplanist. I actually think Cueist is quite good into this comp because all the Frog Finn. Sorry. This entire team outside of the Enchantress can be whittled down. They all have limited amount of items. So this is not so bad here. Now, of course, this is gonna make the middle and early game a little tricky, especially since they have knee jerks. The knee jerk is really gonna hurt this Cueist. And look at that, he's gonna leave. Yeah, this is kind of what you do as Cueist. If you notice that a kiter has knee jerk, don't chase them. Just go find somebody else. It's just too hard. Of course, until you have blink. You can try to find a better target until you have blink. Once you have blink, you kind of have to commit here. Now, of course, this Enchantress also has knee jerk, and that's also going to be very hard for the Cueist because all these rechargeable resources with knee jerk makes it very tricky. Now, do we go on the inside or outside? We're going to go inside right here. Blink. She could have stunned, but she didn't. I think she was very scared of potentially canceling attack recovery, so she just wants to eat the blink for free and not have to accidentally game end herself. We could have cue balled right there. I don't know why we didn't. Z9 could have cue balled right there. That would have been the perfect opportunity. Cue ball. And okay, we had to burn a second line for that, which I guess is fine. We can use that line and connect it all the way to reception here. Let's do that. Use that line to connect to reception. It's gonna take 2 of them though. Okay, so we did have to burn out an extra Q point, which is a bit unfortunate. But it's fine because we do get that reduction onto the Finn Cypher, who's probably gonna be the first save. If Finn is, of course, the first save, that Cypher will be guaranteed to be reduced a second time. We're gonna jump out here. Hey, Frog Finn, how we doing, buddy? Show me that frog. Show me your frog. Uh-oh. Well, that's not good. That's really bad, actually. Smack. Smackaroni and cheese. He'll get the Cypher, but at least it's gonna be it's gonna be close. Or not the Cypher. He'll get the save easily. But it might be a double down here. Let's see. Oh, but the 3-stack. Okay, the 3-stack. Really good 3-stack. We needed to 3-stack there. Without that 3-stack, that was probably a double down. Oh, I don't know if that's it. Yeah, no. I've learned that the hard way, bro. You can't, that's not a thing. That is not a thing, bro. I've learned that the hard way a long time ago, bro. A long time ago. Lucchino in hospital, bro. I'll never forget. Oh my goodness. Okay. Yep. You vaulting or stunning and then vaulting when the hunter's right next to the window is not a thing. I remember very early on when I played Enchantress, I was up against this Lucchino in hospital, and I got terror shocked by trying to do that. Oh boy, good times, bro, good times. Okay, let's see here. We cue ball the officer, or not officer, the Aeroplanist Cypher here to slow it down a little bit. Kuchao gonna use an L pad to come in here. Let's see, probably doesn't need a second one. Nope, won't need a second one here. We did get the cue ball back. It of course is 5 seconds till it's ready. We can take some time here, just break this pallet, wait till cue ball is ready. This is the thing about Cueist is like he can just play so patient and burn out resources until cue ball is ready, which is what makes him very, very effective at a lot of, I guess, a lot of whittling-based gameplay here. We're gonna go for the cue ball here. Oh, that should be, yep, that should be it. Put her into that corner, smackaroni and cheese, and yes, sir, that is gonna be 60 on that last cipher. Did get reduced here once again. These are good ciphers. These are very good ciphers for the Cueist specifically. Sarvas are a little bit behind here. Their item usages are very good though. Their item and health states I think are actually fun. It looks like they've been prioritizing health states versus the Cueist and item usages, which is really, really good. We have only, pretty much out of these 3 characters, the only thing that we've burned up is the single elbow pad from the mercenary, which is really good. Now, with that being said, Cueist also does have a lot of contact points. We're gonna see a cue ball right here. All right, bad cue ball, call it back. Oh, we're gonna continue to use the cue ball actually until we get to this area. Now we do call the cue ball back here. Let's see. Blink right here. Nice blink, very, very nice blink. That will reduce that cipher a little bit, even though it's only like, what, 8%, 5%, no, 5%, okay, sure. Yeah, let's reduce the 5% cipher, bro. Yeah, we need that. Okay. Now, where are all the last ciphers? We're actually gonna keep going for the fin. We have a cipher graveyard. Oh, bye, frog. Okay, these ciphers are close, but not that bad. And a cue ball right here. That's a dead fin, guaranteed dead fin. Yeah, what the heck? How did he like glitch out of the cue ball? What? How did he glitch out of that contact point? We're gonna use that contact point and then lock the mercenary cipher, which is really, really good. That is one of the best things that you can do as Cueist is by using your contact point that you're gonna set up a cue ball on. You can actually continue using them and then lock a cipher. We've seen that twice this match. So make sure to steal those strategies for your own Cueist type gameplay there. It can be very, very helpful. We're going to see 3 contact points, which means we can now move toward 18 cipher. We're going to let them get a free save here, and never mind. We're just going to cue ball. Pay attention now, 18. 18 is, of course, paying attention. Very, very good. Just using the cue ball to stall that cipher a little bit. Now we gotta chase again. The problem is we shouldn't be able to get a hit here for a while. We'll see. We should be able to force out a ball here, though. Yep, ball broken. Very good. Battle attrition's going well. We should ignore the fin right now, if you ask me. We should ignore the fin. There's zero reason to chase the fin. Let this cipher accumulate while the fin just stays over here, and you prioritize the other ciphers. Yeah, I don't really agree with this strategy right now. Okay, what ZZ9 is doing here, if you ask me, ZZ9 is basically saying, I'm gonna kill the fin endgame as quickly as I possibly can, and then I'm gonna go for the gate. The problem is with this strategy, is that it's probably not gonna work because you don't have Blink. Now, if Blink was ready, I would say this is a good chance of 3 kill, but if they get this instant rescue here, which they are, of course, doing, the chances of this being a 3 kill are quite small. Quite small. We'll see here. Because Finn's going to run away into this corner, try to burn the cue ball, and if we can do that successfully, the more contact points we burn, the better. Cue ball here. He dodges the cue ball, but he burned a lot of lines. He burned 4 lines, so there should be a draw. That's all he does is die away from this gate. Now, if he could have instantly downed the Finn with the blink, that'd be a different story. But yeah, that is going to be a draw right there. Yep, that's going to be a solid tie. All right, it is still all tied up in this set, 8 points to 8. Who is going to take it in the end, I wonder? All right, ooh, look at this comp. This is a fun comp from GG. I like this. Seer Explorer, Bald Faro Band from the side of Moonlight, ACT Moonlight. We got Goatman and Opera Band from the side of our GG Serves. And this is a very aggressive comp. Double Harasser with the Forward Prospector, Supporter with our Toy Merchant, who's probably also Tide Center, and then Mechanic as well for the Cypher Rush. Now, Mechanic is very, very good into Hullabaloo, and so is Forward. Prospector, in my personal experience, can work, but it's definitely not the best. And then Toy Merchant, I actually don't know. After the buffs how good she is versus a Hullabaloo. I would imagine she's not bad because she can fly and get the save, but she can't really protect herself afterwards, so I don't really know. I need to see the matchup more, if I'm being fully honest with you. It is going to be a pretty aggressive build for the side of Moonlight here with the Insolence trump card, and is that Warp? I'm assuming that's Warp. I actually don't know for sure. Let's see here. Okay, the bot. He can't even kill he can't even kill the bot. Yo, this is why Mechanic's so good versus Cueist, bro. Oh my gosh. She's so good versus Cueist. I meant Hullabaloo. Why am I saying Cueist, bro? What is wrong with me? I don't even think she's good versus Cueist. No, I think Mechanic's bad versus Cueist. What the heck? What am I even saying, bro? Oh my gosh, I'm dumb. Okay, we can kill the bot here too. Yup. That was actually perfect position because Black was the one that he needed. And bot again. No, okay. That's fine. Well, that was kind of jank. That was a bit unlucky for the Mechanic that the color that he needed on the mech was also the same color that he needed on the bot, so he could just go like boom, boom. Oh, the bot's upstairs. I couldn't even see it. That bot is so dark, bro. I can't see this bot. I really can't see this bot. Okay, there goes the bot. It'd be way too greedy to go to kill the bot now. It'd be way, way, way too greedy. Far too greedy. Tormers is coming to save. Then you go, caca! All right, nice. Okay, no double. No double down quite. But we're gonna kill our Mechanic here with her stupid little duck skin. I guess she has like 2 duck themed skin now, right? She's got this one, which has like the ducks come out in her thing. Oh, the forward. All right, Ku-Chow. Let's see it now. Let's see this forward gameplay. We're getting pushed really far. Oh, the double jump just to avoid the harass. Dang, that was actually really good. Are we gonna force a drop here? No, okay, that's fine. That was smart though. That was pretty smart. If he actually got the stun, it would have worked. But because of the tolerance debuff from the stuns, there wasn't really much he could do there. Okay, we're just gonna recall our clone, play it safe here. 84, 68, 65, 50. Really, really, really good ciphers here. Of course, Mechanic bot is almost kaput, and we're just gonna. Oh. Okay, we just want to. It looks like the forward's going for a very safe rescue here. We do get some damage on the forward. Is he going to continue to harass is the question. No, he is not harassing any longer. Is the Prospector going to harass, though? We're actually running into the corner. Peepeesha might be able to do something here. Let's see. Okay, Peepeesha. How much more time on this Tide Turner? Okay, it's Magnet time. Magnet time. Here we go. Nice. That's 1 stun. We're on cooldowns. We're on cooldowns. We're on cooldowns. Oh, he drops in time. We're still on cooldowns. We're still on cooldowns. Cooldowns. One more magnet. One more magnet. He drops again. Can he pick up a time? Ah, dang. Yeah, it's just too tough. If she was all the way in the corner, that'd be way better, but she couldn't make it all the way into the corner. That's tough. Okay. Oh, careful. Don't take that vault. Do not take that vault. Do not take that vault. Do not take that vault. Okay, now you can take that vault. Oh my goodness, Peepeesha, you don't have borrowed time. You are scaring me. The red is coming. There's no flywheel. Uh-oh. No borrowed. No borrowed. No borrowed. No borrowed. No borrowed. We're going to pop because you have no borrowed. We don't have borrowed, so we are going to pope. All right. Well, we do have trump card. We're pushing that gate super far, but Moonlight's a little spooked. Moonlight doesn't really know what to do here. Moonlight's like, do I go? I see the person on the gate, maybe. Oh, we have Tinnitus here, but it could be bait again because there is no detention. That's the problem. That's why we have to play so passive. We could be more aggressive if we had detention. Looking back, we of course do have warp here. Push the forward off. There's the toy merchant. She's flying in. Fly! Fly, 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 fly. All right, Peepeesha. Let's see. Oh, we messed up the jump. Oh, that's not good. Okay, lamppost stun. Car stun. Excitement! Excitement! Bruh. Well, that's a tie. That is a super tie. And the forward just runs out with his ball. Wow, another tie. I wonder who's gonna win after all these ties. Okay. Aw, dang it. They banned out the Shama wheel. I wanted to see the Shama wheel, bro. That's sad. That's a respect ban, though. We're gonna ban out the Archer, Lanternist, some other stuff, too. That was he definitely wanted to play. He definitely wanted to play wheel. Archer and Lanternist are both very, very good into wheel. He definitely wanted to play wheel, but they banned it. Dang, that's a shame. Okay, well, it's gonna be a Cueist. Cueist on Chinatown's very good. I think this is actually Cueist. I'm not actually missing it anymore. This actually is gonna be the Q-Man, the Q-Lion. I don't know. I don't have any other nicknames for him. Maxwell's deep. Whatever, man. Okay, standard Cueist build that we all come to know and love. We're looking at a tied knee-jerk patient, Full-kite Anti. Ooh, that's gotta be so fun to play, Full-kite Anti. Tied borrowed mercenary, and then a borrowed knee-jerk lucky guy. Let's see here. Going for XY, the Full-kite Anti. Oh my gosh, kiting a Cueist as a Full-kite Anti has gotta be so much fun, dude. Oh, I wanna go Full-kite Anti so bad. She's probably so much fun, dude. So broken, you're just so overpowered with that. Oh my gosh, it's gotta be so much fun. Okay. Let's see here. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. We're twirling, we twirl, we twirl. All right. When he breaks that one, take the vault, go speed boost. We're speedy with our anti. Speedy anti. Go here, drop at the pallet, maybe fly with a blink. Oh, okay. No, not quite. It's a little too far here. Careful now. Flywheel. Oh. It was a bait. Hold on, hold. Straight line. Flywheel, please. No, in the pallet dropping animation, man. I wanted to fly with a blink, bro. I wanted the flashiness. Okay, we're gonna lock down that cipher real quick. Whoa. What the heck? Cue ball. Hold on. Nice. Ooh. XY, I think you're cooking. Now we have to win a mind game. We have to win a mind game here. But the speed boost is up again. And guess what? We have window speed boost too. We got window speed boost ready. Shama's going to keep them trapped there. There is one way out. Okay, we're not going to go for it though. The only way out was to jump into the Cueist and then... Oh my gosh, Shama was too late. And we have window boost. We got window boost. We're so fast. We can make the pallet drop just in time, baby. Oh my gosh. This kite is crazy. Full-kite Anti is so good. Oh, Full-kite Anti is so good, bro. That's what I said. It's got to be so much fun. Oh, Full-kite Anti. The pallet speed boost is ready too. And did we miss the Q? Oh, God, I thought we missed the Cueist ball. Okay, Q ball. Boop. Trying to mind game it. Okay, now don't mess up. Don't break the pallet now, Shama. The only reason we actually got that hit from earlier is because she broke the freaking pallet, which she should not have done. Because that was the only reason why Anti was able to get the hits. Because, by the way, if you get that Cueist trick, you cannot hit. Or they cannot do anything. Server cannot do anything if you hit them perfectly when they're out. But because he broke the pallet, the Anti had a little bit of time to act afterwards, which was really smart. Okay. There is no chance of a win for Shama. There's no chance of a win. This is tie at best. Tie at absolute best, because Anti has no borrowed. They do have double tide center, so they can make use of the double tide center here. Hey there, Mr. Inference, we're gonna smack you up. We got the full presence out here now, and Anti's gonna be like, yep, I'm gonna die away from the ciphers. Time to die away from the ciphers. My name is Chi-Shi, and I am the antique dealer, and I will die away from the ciphers. That is exactly what she says, by the way. That is totally her real voice. Oh, how silly, bro. How very silly. 11's actually going to dig up some... They're going to go for an item swap play, aren't they? They're going to give anti-elbow pads. No way. They're going to give the anti-elbow pads, aren't they? Oh, no, it's a syringe. Dude, they should give the anti-elbow... They are! They're going to give the anti-elbow pads. If they can get the save. If they can get the save properly, they're going to give anti-elbow pads. Oh, man, I'm excited. I'm excited for this. There's the elbow pads right there, bro. Shama has to go for a farm. We have to go for a farm. But the thing is, we have Tight in her patient. We can just, like, maybe try to get a guaranteed body block. If she gets those pads, by the way, it's over. It's over. Look at that. Right there. Perfect donation for her. Here we go. Stall the chair. Even if no, Merchant just stall the chair. Yeah, Merchant stall the chair. Because he gets CS, doesn't matter. Okay. Pop. Just pop. Yep. Pallet boost. Look at her go. She's speedy. And he's like, I'm not dealing with that, bro. I am not dealing with Full-kite Anti with elbow pads, bro. Absolutely not. Oh my gosh. My kind of patient gameplay. Oh my gosh. What was that? What was that hook? That is looking exactly like my patient gameplay. Oh my goodness. Also, the Anti burned out both pads. I just realized. That's interesting. Okay. He still has the contact points to maybe make it to the Anti. If patient just didn't explode, we would have been fine. Oh dear. Anti has to kite again now. Oh boy. All right, XY, let's see it. We got some pouch set up here. We're gonna have to, oh, contact point on the, oh, this is dangerous now. We got the contact, we have the cue ball on the gate. So Auntie kind of has to respect it here. She kind of has to respect it. Nice save. Patient, please. Okay, nice. If he can force the blink, that's it. Blink. Boom, that's it. Okay, he can't make it anymore. Not enough lines. Blink has been forced. It's cooked. It should be cooked. Surely should be cooked here. Okay. Cue ball not ready. Can he jump into his other... Can he jump into it? Can he jump... Yeah, I don't think he can make it. No, he can't. He can't jump into the lines. He's gonna have to cross. He's gonna have to crisscross applesauce. It's not gonna be enough. Cue ball is ready. Oh, but Auntie... Okay. But he kind of messed up. I don't know why he put her over there. That was... I don't know why he did that. He needed to put her like behind. Oh no, Shauma, look out, that patient still has a hook. He still has a hook. Caca! Alright, this is definitely already better than my patient gameplay. The first hook was definitely my average patient gameplay. Aye, vault. Yeah, the knee jerks are killing him, bro. The knee jerks are absolutely killing him. This is how you beat Cueist, bro. It's knee jerks. Oh, he's going for a palace stun, bro. Nice 3 escape. That's gonna be the win for ACT. Sheesh. That was such a good 3 escape, bro. That Auntie, bro. Mwah. Beautiful kite. Absolutely beautiful. I think it was a sign, guys. It was the power of Blue Bell Blue. I showed you Blue Bell Blue from the start, and we saw a crazy anti-kite to end it off with, bro. I think it was a sign, bro. I just kind of read the future like a gosh darn seer. Maybe I ought to greet you as seer next time or something, bro. I don't know. That's kind of crazy. But yeah, I think that's going to be it for today. Those are some really great matches. I can't wait to continue with day 3. It's already seemed like we got plenty of crazy stuff going on. But yeah, I'll see you guys later. I'm going to go watch some fish now. Hi, fish.